All right. There we go. He's coming. You can start, Dave.
All right.
Ricky's there.
Start my engine.
Yeah.
Start your engine.
Dave, you got to work on your upper body tan. Your legs are very tan. That right there is very nice. Good control. Stay like that and just go from there.
All right.
You're thinking about it or what? What was that? There was a lot of starting and stopping. Like
I'm imitating you. You always warm up. You turn your wrists on the
all right,
throttle.
okay, good, good, but
Pull up, like warming up, and then you go.
yeah. Stick your chest out, shoulder blades back. Pull your knees back up a little bit. Pull your knees back. Right there. Don't pull up so fast. Squeeze up.
All right.
Have your arms straighter. That's all I need. Just the arms straighter. Let them hang rather than on the way down. Also slow down. Slow down on the way down. Let it yourself be pulled on the way down. Like that. That's the hang right there. And let it pull you slowly. Try to have your shoulder blades back. Like that. Yep, like that. Leave them like that. Make sure you're using your legs, okay?
Yeah.
Squeeze the legs up. Squeeze the legs up. Don't pull up. You see how you're trying to pull up?
Yeah.
Squeeze the legs up. The difference. Now you're trying to fold forward. Let your hips do that. It's pretty amazing that just the orange band does that, right? Ahorita ahora. Sí, pero quería que fuera menos porque hiciste la negra, esa que es más dura. My wife is using a new black band today that's heavier than the regular black band. That's regular than the other one she was using. So you're complaining about a heavy black band. She's using a heavier black band, Ricky.
Who is?
My wife.
What do you mean she's using a heavier black band?
Yeah, because I have like multiple black bands, So this one's
Oh,
heavier than the one that she was already mastered. So
she uses the black Paraforce?
yes, but I have like many Power Force bands. So I rate them by rates of scale. So I'm having her use a heavier one because she already does so well with the lightest one.
More power to her.
She's upset that I didn't ask her. Or that I basically tricked her into it. She's like, why is that so heavy? Well, because you were using the other one. It was too light for you already. Where are you feeling it all right now?
In
your back. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, because he's still falling forward.
Yeah. See, right there, that was all lower back pull.
Ah.
Yeah. He's frustrated. You frustrate yourself. And you try to do it. Don't worry. Once you come live and see me, we'll fix that in a second. Because it's just a matter of showing you what it is that you're doing. Physically, it's a lot easier to actually put you in the position.
So I should drop down the white band then?
Yeah. Yeah, because right there you were trying to overpower it.
Yeah.
Right. The last time you did it really good, you did much better, right? And here with just a little bit more tension, you're trying to overpower it because you're still in your mind. You have to overpower the band or you have to pull it. you have yet to feel the squeeze of just the squeezing up. So you're better off tying that orange band to that door damn thing somewhere at the bottom, and have it pulling you up, and have it pulling in your hips, so you remember that movement in your hips. Like you've seen Eric do it, where he puts the band around his hips. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because what you want to really concentrate is that's what's pulling, not your upper back.
Yeah.
Your upper back is just holding that damn bar. And it's hard sometimes for you, one to get it. It's like, why I gotta pull this. Here we go. Let's look at Rick. Rick does the hip, even though, man, Rick has a lot of red shirts. I don't know where he finds so many red shirts. There you go. There we go. There we go. He passes it through. Now, even with that black man, look at this.
It's nice work.
I got the bar connected today.
You got a what connected today?
Me? Yeah.
I thought you said the black man was heavy. You're making that look like butter. Nice. Ricky, that's looking beautiful. Notice how his back is not changing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. It's like his arms are staying nice and straight. He's moving those hips. Wow, Ricky. Ricky's tricky. Tricky Ricky is doing great. Oh, yeah. What was that? Like all of a sudden there was a surprise. It's heavy.
Wow, this thing. Okay, that was 7,829 pounds of force.
Oh, you got the
reps.
you got the thing connected. Okay. What's the peak?
What do you mean? How you read that?
It should say the peak. Let me see.
Can you see that?
No, I can't see very much. I see the 11 reps. All right. 780. Okay, that was the total. Well, I guess once you get to the once you save it, remember to save the set or the exercise. You got to save it. Once you save it, then it gives you the peak of how much was the total at the top. If you go back to it.
Oh man.
What does it say? You saved it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think when you save it when you finish, because it doesn't have any data available, it goes to the next exercise. So
you could save each exercise and then look at it before you start the next one.
Does it say no data found? It won't let me go back in it. It goes to the next exercise.
All right. Yeah, go to the next one. We'll do the next one.
Oh man.
It'll still be there. It should still be there once you save it.
It's telling me now I gotta calibrate the next exercise.
Had you already calibrated it?
Yeah, I calibrated all of them. And the day I got it, we went over.
Ready, Dave?
Almost.
Dave is doing an operation over there.
Yes.
See, the bent over row is ready. You want me to try it with the bar today?
What do you mean? Yeah, try it with the bar today. Once it's your turn, right? Wait for it.
Right.
Dave's gonna go right now.
That one's calibrated. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, I'll figure it out again.
You're using the white and the light orange here?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. You definitely got you have to have the prettiest legs in the 70-year-old above group. That's definitely it. You go out with those legs, you hitchhike, you get rides all the time, Dave. Easily.
Chasing me so much, baby. That's it.
I think when it gets heaviest is on my third day of the fast, you know.
Yeah. That's when it becomes heavier.
Huh?
That's when it becomes heavier.
Yeah. See, I ate yesterday, so I guess I got enough energy to pull it or whatever. Got perfect position in that one.
Yeah, he's looking good there. Good. Take out the chest. Take out the chest. Like that. Nice. Nice, Dave.
Did I do deadlift with underhand?
Maybe it'll keep you in position.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using the bar today. All right. Let's see. Wow, an overhand. All right. Try to keep your wrist straight. Try to keep your wrist straight. So you push more behind you. There you go.
Yeah, right.
Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen at all. If you're going to have it, then have it on the floor in front of you. That's the only problem with the. You have to learn how to use that damn thing without looking at it.
So it has to be in that proximity to measure.
Huh?
So his tool he's using to measure the force has to be relatively close.
It has to be in the same room. It's Bluetooth, so just like a Bluetooth headset, it could work anywhere.
Yeah.
But Rick has problems with technology, so he's like looking at it, trying to figure out what happened or didn't happen. You ready?
Yep.
That's how they gonna calculate. That's how. Okay. All right, that was easy.
It was.
Yeah, just had to calibrate it. Doing with the white band.
Yeah. How was that, Dave?
That was good.
Excellent. Here we go.
I've been doing on Saturdays. I do a morning workout about 2 or 3 hours following our workout. Body weight workout. I've been doing it about 4 years with a gentleman, Steve Maxwell. He's really a good trainer. He's my age, just outstanding. Rated maybe the top 100 trainers at one time in America. But point is with since I've been using the X3, what a difference in strength and stamina.
Of course. Yes.
And I've added, I believe I've added lean muscle along the way. And he's always talking about, and so he told me yesterday,
Wow.
he said, your strength to body weight is impressive. And he's told me in the past, whatever you're doing, he doesn't ask, keep doing.
Yeah.
So I'm using, the bands on. It's amazing. Yesterday, he had me move up to another level in all of my exercises. First one of them was pull up. 20 seconds up, hold it at top for 30, then come down at 40 and try to repeat. So I did it once all the way through. He said, most people, they don't make it doing that.
Yeah. You ever done 60 seconds up, 60 seconds down?
I think I did it one time. But I've done push-ups for 60. And then yesterday, same thing, push-up was 30 up, 30 down. I did repeated.
Or do that, but do that with your tips of your fingers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Pull-ups with only the tips.
That'd be amazing.
Well, I have a strong grip. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I can hang as long as 3.5 minutes on the bar.
Yeah. Hanging to me is not an issue ever because I have you'd be surprised how strong this stuff gets you in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then again, I always had a great pull-up ability because my frame is just for it.
Yeah.
Good job, Ricky.
Thank you.
So anyway, I'm just really pleased with what this has brought. And of course, you're fine-tuning me left and right, Ricky and all. So I appreciate that.
Awesome.
What they say?
My I can tell my calves gotten bigger, my legs, even my hips. I can
Even
tell
your tumor.
Huh?
Even your tumor.
Yeah. Always. So
well, think about it. If your tricep grows, that just sticks more out. So eventually your tumor is going to look bigger anyways.
There's the trigger right there. Yep. That's the visual. That old tumor popping out more. But anyway, all right.
It's cool actually. When you set up the next exercise, it waits for you to get on.
Yeah, of course. It knows you're resting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has me go from same guy yesterday. He goes from one exercise to another nonstop. Kind of like you're doing the X3. And that heart rate's up, but I tell you what, it's worth the money.
One has to learn how to control that.
Yeah.
That's the key. Which is why I trained that way. And then I trained the resting way. It all depends.
Yeah.
One has to learn.
I mean, it's square in the middle, so we by tricking that train, so yeah. So that was like 2 hours, right? Imagínate que de aquí a hablando en Miami es 3 horas y 20 minutos. Lo mismo que en carro, que es esa ridiculez. Como, imagínate lo que hay. Ya mira cuál es el primer ranking aquí avanzando. Well, I mean, that would leave the 6:37. There isn't there where I leave it, just 37. This is the part probably the whole one.
Or
Then, like the middle of the day, walking around in the park, when it would probably be at the.
doing good.
And then afterwards, we leave it in the evening to Kyoto. Does that work? Yeah. So let me.
Oh man, did you hit live, Macau?
Yes, we're live.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, we are live. That's why the last one I had to cancel because it looked it wasn't, it was like it looked like it had started but it ended. So I had to
Oh.
restart. So do it again because for some reason or other that wasn't live.
Oh, okay.
Man, you're controlling it nice there, Dave. So Dave, when are you finally coming? You coming on the 9th then?
Sure. If that's okay.
That's okay. Good work there, man.
When you gonna do your X3 Unleashed book?
Well, maybe I'll have my daughter write it because she's a writer. I'm more like a crazy person.
So you should just pick your mind and just put it in form. That's right. Your daughter's a writer, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, Dave is concentrating over there.
Yeah.
No wonder he has those pretty legs. Of his. No, don't fall forward on your head. That's not a good idea.
Oh boy, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was good. So you're saying you're coming on the 9th?
What's that?
You're saying that you could go on the 9th. At what time would you
Well,
be getting there?
what day is the 9th? Saturday?
The 9th, I think it's a Saturday.
All right.
But remember, we're leaving on Sunday.
So, yeah, you're leaving. So you can't. Sunday's not a good day for you.
No, Sunday we'll be gone in the morning.
Yeah. So it'd have to be Saturday, and I'd fly in Friday night.
Okay, that's perfect. Now we're talking. Yeah, that's what I figured. You Friday night. Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Because you live where? Oh, that's right. You're in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ought to come down with Kwan Su then. You ought to get Kwan Su to come down with you.
Yeah.
He's in Seattle also. Ready, Ricky? There he goes. He's gonna tell me again, but this black man's hard. It's heavy.
That's it, Ricky. He's my man.
He pulled that one up with his head. You see how he like led with his head? I don't know what he was doing with his head. He was using as a counterbalance.
He's getting after it. Yeah.
Now that's a lot of tension there. You got to figure Ricky's pushing right there close to 600. Ricky, we need the dark gray band for that one because you got to figure you're 300 plus that 300, right? You're close to 300. Well, you're like 260 something or 270 something, but you're close to 300 plus another black band with 300. That's a lot on the calves. So you're better off using the calf raises, right? With the dark gray, so you have a little more control and more reps. Understand? We want more control and more reps with them, so you actually get more The deadlift is fine because the deadlift, you're stronger in it. The calf raises are really have a real disadvantage right now because of your amount of extra weight plus the band itself.
Huh.
All right.
Okay.
So I will use the dark ray. Ricky's enthralled by that app. You notice that he stays there. He's like a little kid playing Pocket God or little anything like Candy Crush. Like, he wants to see his peak force. He wants to see his peak force.
My peak force on the deadlift was 236 pounds. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. Let's say.
Average rep time 6.7 seconds, 75 seconds. Right. Total time.
On the calf raises, what was it?
On the calf raises, peak force 238 pounds.
Okay. So now that was not it because you got to go 238 pounds plus you.
Plus me.
Yeah, plus you. Yeah, wow. That's a lot of weight up there, right? Isn't it? It's close to 500 pounds up there.
Yeah, it was
right. It was more than 500 pounds.
5,467 pounds of force.
Okay, so that's why I tell you use the dark gray because that was a lot of tension in those calf raises, but you weren't able to control it all the way up. So I want you to get more reps and a little more stretch to the actual rep because simply that band plus you is a lot. All right, so we want more reps that you could control.
Yeah. This is so cool, man.
It is. It is.
Awesome.
So on the bicep curl was 52 pounds of force.
With which one?
17 reps. Huh?
What band were you using?
I was using the light gray on the bicep.
That might be off. Something off there.
Huh?
That might be a little off. That seems a little low for the bicep curl. That might be a little off.
Okay. Total force 3294.
But again, remember, it's irrelevant. The actual total is irrelevant because what all you're trying to do is beat it the next time. So it doesn't. You don't have to worry about, well, is it off? Forget that. You're competing versus your previous one. So the next time you want a little more than that and a little more than that. The actual, let's say, accuracy of it, it's almost like a weight scale and determining body fat. It doesn't matter. What you just want is a trend line because the actual weight scales are not very accurate, but the trend line is what's important, right? So the same thing here. So you don't have to worry about it. Well, was it really 52? Maybe it was 70. Okay, that's irrelevant. The next time, you just want to see a trend line going up, that you're using more force. All right?
Okay.
All right.
That's cool. Like, I don't even have to count the reps no more.
No.
Perfect,
now,
man.
That is where it all depends. Sometimes you look at the video and you could have done more and it counted less. And it could have counted more and you did less. So that's why you video yourself. The reality is in the video. The problem is the reality is in the video, right? You could be also it really does a good job of following your constant tension or seeing it. But remember, it's a bar. If you just move the band, it already has tension. So depending on how you do the move, it could be seeing tension where there's no tension because you could be going to lockout and there's tension on the bar. So you're locking out. You could be losing tension in the back end, in the weak range. You're going too far, but it's still feeling tension, the bar. So it's registered. So you could be doing bad reps and you're looking at the bar thinking you're doing great.
What rep? You can be doing bad what reps?
You could be doing bad form and bad reps. And the bar has no way of telling you this. You understand this? Because the bar is, if you do a certain form and you don't know what the heck you're doing, you could be depending on the bar saying, I'm doing great, right? So you have to really, that's why you video yourself to make sure you're keeping tension and you're going not to lockout because the bar has no way of knowing whether you're reaching lockout or not, does it?
No.
Right? You could extend your arms completely, have a lot of peak force because you want your peak force to be higher and doing this all the time. And now you're not doing constant tension. You're just showing a higher peak force on the bar, right? You're showing a higher peak force because you want to show a higher peak force, but you're not getting a good result with your actual X3 workout. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the problem with people just looking at the bar or concentrating on the bar and pretending that that's the, you have to know how to use the bar or else you will use the bar wrong, right?
Gotcha.
Because you are going by a number that might not be what is the story of that number has to be seen in that video to really see if you're applying it the right way.
Gotcha.
To you, right? So that's where it's not just the bar. The bar is not a trainer, or it's not someone that actually knows what it's telling you to do. The bar is just recording data. What you analyze out of that data, what you're able to extrapolate out of the data, you have to know what the heck you're looking at. Because if you're going to log out or losing in your weak range, but the bar's still registering, you're saying, you see, I never lost tension. The bar's picking up tension. Yeah, the bar's going to pick up tension anyways. All right. But you gave it all away in the weak range and you locked out. So you got basically nothing out of it. So that's what I'm telling you.
So you gotta keep true form. True form.
Yeah, exactly.
Throughout.
The form is the most important part. Or else you're wasting your time. But then you might be happy thinking, look how great I did in the bar. Yeah, but show me the video of your workout.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I gotta see it. I gotta understand what you're how you're moving. Right? Because again, you could easily be going like this and going like this in the curl, right? Is the tension here higher? Yes, right? Because the band is stretched out as hell. Is the bar gonna pick up that as more tension? Yes. Did you get a better bicep workout? No, you did it 1 rep at a time, right? And the bar, if you go all the way down, the bar, depending on how tall you are, is still picking up tension down here, right? Are you doing a bicep now? No, you're already resting. So you're resting here, you're resting here, right? So the bar has no way of knowing that you're doing this all the way, right? There's no way. So that's on the registration, it'll have a high tension at the bottom and it have a really high tension at the top. And the guy's going to say, look how much I did. Show me the video to see that you actually stayed in the form and you controlled it and you didn't let go of the tension at the bottom and you didn't go to log out at the top. Because if not, you're wasting your time. And thinking that because the bar told you something, you were doing good. You weren't. You see what I'm saying? So that's why form is the key. Form is literally the key. How you're doing those reps, how you're performing those reps. And then you could use the bar properly because then now you're really gauging it. You're really using the bar the proper way to analyze what improvements you get. All right. But you have to stay in the form. Right? Because let's say someone that has a really tight chest could come all the way back, right? And the bar, even here, will register tension because the band is so tight around them that it's registering tension in the hooks. But if you press the bar towards your chest, there's no tension here because you're pressing it towards your chest, right? So every time you push out, every time you came back again, you let go of tension. You push it all the way out and you go like this. Now the bar is big again. The data will be flawed because you weren't doing the proper form. And that could go around all the moves. Right? Can literally go to all the moves. Because you could do squats. If you put the thing and you go all the way down, the bar might still feel tension, but you're actually in a position where you don't got any tension because you're resting it on the floor.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that you're doing the proper workout. It is not just whatever the bar says.
As long as it matches what you see in the video, you're good.
Exactly.
And the form.
And the form, key. And not wasting your time turning your head looking at that damn thing. That's the real problem I have with the issue is people will be wasting their time looking at the damn thing. Now, obviously, we use it that way because you want to beat that score. But I look at the score of the bar more as a thing where I already know what I got to beat. Trust me, I'm going to stay there and beat it. Right? I control my reps a certain way and I control the amount I'm getting, I could beat it without. I just look at before I start. I already see my previous tension. I already know more or less
So,
at the rate I'm supposed to be going.
so what's the mechanic behind peak force? Why is
It's a
that so
calculation.
important? The peak.
Well, the peak force is just telling you the peak force at the top, right? That you were by the rating of your height or whatever. It isn't that it has an actual load sensor. So it isn't that there's a way for it to measure an actual load sensor where it's actually registering an actual amount. It's going by statistical things of height and mathematics of that band. So it's using that kind of calculation to do it. Now there's an issue with that. Let's say you're really tall, which then remember taller people pull deadlift higher because they're taller, right? Yes and no. What happens if you're really tall and you have really damn long arms? And now when you pull, you might have pulled the same thing as a guy that was 5'6", because your arms are so long that you're whatever. But now let's say you're only 5'8" and you have really short arms. You might actually pull at the same height, the same length of time that somebody with a lot longer arms does. That's the problem with the thing. Since this is not an actual load cell in a sense where you're measuring actual tension, where you're doing a calculation based on height and all that kind of stuff, then it's all really calculation. That's what I'm telling you. Don't get caught up in the actual number. We just want a trend line. You want to compare it to you the next time, it's not going to be accurate to the actual poundage, right? But it's irrelevant. You know, it's heavy as hell, right? Simple as that.
Yeah.
It's heavy as hell. Somewhere in between there, it's fairly accurate, right? But obviously, somebody with really long arms will throw that off, as opposed to somebody with really short arms will throw that off on height. There are people that have T-Rex arms like this, and so they're gonna pull a lot more, right? It's as simple as that. Some people have really short arms, right? And there are people with really long arms that they're like Slender Man, the cartoon character. Literally, their arms are dragging on the floor. Now, it doesn't matter if you're 7 feet tall. If your arms are dragging on the floor, you're not doing much of a deadlift. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It has no way of knowing this, does it? It has no way of knowing this.
Right.
If it's just going to calculate it by your height.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. And that's going to affect people, like even on chest press. What does height have to do with chest press? There's no way. It won't help out in the chest press, will it? Because the height of the person has nothing to do with how wide they are, which is what affects the chest press, right? How wide of a body you actually have there.
Yeah.
You see?
Gotcha.
So it's taking into account certain things that it's just a calculation of things, how it goes. All right.
Awesome.
To try to be as accurate as possible, but it's just, again, a roundabout. And what you're really concerned with is, are you competing versus your previous numbers? Don't worry how it affects somebody else, because somebody else's numbers are their numbers just for them, so they could compete versus them. It's not so they could compete versus somebody else. You can't compare it to say a powerlifting competition where somebody picks up 500 pounds and you pick up 500 pounds, because that's fairly accurate. They're both picking up the same amount. And again, even there, the difference in strength sometimes is not taken into calculations that the same 500 pounds doesn't feel the same thing to everybody, because everybody's leverage components are different. So a different arm angle and a different leverage, that 500 pounds could be, think of it as look, if you're on a leg press machine that's straight up and down, do people load 1,000 pounds on there? The straight up and down one, you see, they never come close to loading 1,000 pounds, right? It doesn't exist. They don't do that one with 1,000 pounds because of pressure. On the leg press like this, you see that they stack millions of 45s on there and they look like amazing. And even somebody with a twig leg does it. They all love stacking it because that leg press machine at that angle is taking away most of that freaking load, right? Because the angle is allowing you to push way more than you're actually lifting. It makes you look like you're lifting heavy, but you're not. It's just the angle of the stupid machine. Same thing happens with bodies. Bodies all have a different leverage component. So the same 500 pounds on somebody else with their body mechanics and their function, it's not that sometimes you're stronger, your body leverage is better than the other person. He's feeling a heavier load because of his damn fulcrum than you are, because your fulcrum is different than his. You see what I'm saying? So competing versus other people is kind of silly in this sense, because in reality, the only person you can compete with, you don't have his body to use. Maybe in future competitions, we ought to let have a body, and everybody jumps into it, and everybody has to work out in that one body, and let's see how physically, mentally you are to use that body and control it, and see who now they're all using the same body, the same fulcrum, the same muscle, the same whatever, but let's see if somebody lifts more than the other person now, maybe because they're able to control their mechanics better. Now that's a fair competition. They're all using the same body.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They're all using, no one here has an advantage of somebody else, but just the way they were born. That will be a really fair. Well, do you know how to apply mechanics to this body? There was a movie, like a B movie about that. That was Emilio Estevez. Remember that actor, Emilio Estevez? He was a personal trainer, and the thing was that he would go to your house and he would jump into your body and he would do the training for you. So the people, let's say that instead of you working out, you would sit there on the couch in his body, and he would jump into your body and he would go do the workouts and all that kind of stuff. So you did nothing. Somebody else would come in and train your body, which is kind of funny. And then somehow in the end, it became a thing where somebody stole somebody else's body, and then it was about getting it back or something. It was a really cool concept. It was a weird big type of movie, but it was really like a future where your personal trainer trained your body for you. You didn't do it. You just sat home and watched on the couch, your whatever it is that you were watching, and he would take your body somewhere else while training. Pretty good idea.
Wow.
A good concept.
So what time are we working out tomorrow, Dave? What time you have to work out?
5:30 my time. 2:30 your time.
Let me ask you, you work tomorrow?
What's that?
You don't work tomorrow. You don't work tomorrow, right? It's the day off tomorrow.
No, Monday. Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
so you could do Monday is Labor Day, right?
Yeah.
So you can work out at 9.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So we can do 9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
So Tuesday is when you start working, right?
Yes.
Tuesday he starts working.
So we got to do 8 or 8:30 my time.
Yeah, then we'll worry about the next following ones. We'll switch it to your times. So
Right.
tomorrow will be that, and then Tuesday I'm flying, so I can't do nothing.
Okay.
All right.
What time you want to do Tuesday, Dave?
Well, my time, I guess, I'll shoot for 5 a.m. That'd be 8
So-
your time.
Okay. That's fine.
All right.
All right. See you guys later.
Hey, Miguel.
Thank you,
Uh-huh.
Miguel.
Yeah.
Take care, Ricky.
Okay.
You
God
know.
bless.